Welcome back to Silica Valley. My name is Andy, and in this series celebrating urban bars, we're in Rotherham at the 1925 Lounge. The owner is called Gav, and there are some really personal and unique features to explore. It's called the 1925 Lounge as a reference to his favourite football team, and football is very much a feature of this space. As you look at this eye-level 360 view, it's clear that a great deal of effort has gone into the project. The walls and floor are reclaimed wood. The bar is made from bookshelves, and he did a lot of this work himself. Everywhere you look, there's something interesting. Posters on the ceiling, a piano in the corner, all the pictures and a bike on the wall. The posters are everywhere. Many of these are favourite bands, gig posters, and lots of imagery portraying scooter life. Beginning with the bar front, there are a couple of bar stools for smaller gatherings, and approaching the bar top, this is made from marble, with yet another scooter reference sat proudly on it. Gav made this bar himself and did it in quite a smart way, as we're going to see shortly. And here's another look at that ceiling with all the posters decorating it. There are two French windows which let in lots of light, and here's another little area for people to gather and chat. And what could be more social than a piano? Gav paid only £30 for this, so buying it was easy, but transporting it and getting it through the house was, well, an epic adventure, let's call it. The walls are covered in pictures, family memorabilia and souvenirs. The actual walls for this 30 square metre space are made of reclaimed pallet wood, and that homely wooden theme continues through to the floor. These floorboards are reclaimed scaffolding planks. He laid them himself, as well as treating and painting them. Can you imagine a more practical floor for a social area than this? There are two small concessions to disco lighting. There is this one in the corner and a matching one in the opposite corner. They are set and forget, so all he does is turn them on when it gets dark and leaves them to it. These couches look really comfy, don't they? They're paired with an old wingback comfy chair too. And the scaffolding planks aren't just on the floor. This table's made from them, and you'll see some more shortly behind the bar. With all these money-saving tricks, you might think that Gav is skimping, but no, I give you air conditioning. Something like this is a big cost, between £1,200 and £1,500 depending on where it's located. But there is big bang for the buck. Heat in winter, and I can tell you that worked brilliantly, and cool in the summer. Approaching the bar, this big red item is an ice maker. Ice is a practical problem, especially if your bar is at the bottom of the garden away from the fridge. I looked online, and the current price for this model is around £160 if you buy it brand new. On Facebook Marketplace, I've seen the same one for £70. He runs it a couple of times during the day and then stores it and uses it throughout the night. Tells me he never runs out of ice. Look at this tall glass-fronted beer fridge. A tall space at the bottom for wine bottles and cocktail ingredients, and shelves upon shelves for beer. And he only paid £50. While I was editing this film, I went onto Facebook Marketplace and I saw a few between £70 and £100, so they do seem to be readily available. Moving on to the counter itself, remember it's an L-shaped bar, so how did he build it? Well, this is a really clever idea. Gav went down to IKEA and bought a few single column bookshelves, laid them down, stacked them and secured them together to give them the height, width and shape he was looking for. I had a look myself at the IKEA website and I found something similar for £45 each. I reckon he's used 3 or 4 here. It's really sturdy and it nicely provides compartments for all the various glasses and paraphernalia required to offer excellent service in the 1925 Lounge. Now there's a beer tap for Cask ale on the bar. Because Cask ale expires and goes bad, he doesn't have this on all of the time, perhaps 3 or 4 times a year. He talks about this a bit in the interview after our walk around. And this little device is called a flavour blaster. We'll talk about that in the interview at the end too. You don't want to miss that. Gav uses it to dramatic effect, which we'll show you later. All of the spirits are kept on these shelves, which he also made from reclaimed wood and match the coffee table and the general look and feel of the place. They're sturdy, there's plenty of room, and he even left room at the bottom for the floor to be the bottom shelf. The last area to review I would call the entertainment space. This is where you'll find a really big TV, music, amplifier, speakers, microphones and a bingo machine. The computer you've seen on the bar top outputs to the TV as well. Now, Wi-Fi is provided via this router. He bought a really decent one. The internet feed to the router comes from the house. It's once again a simple but practical solution. He takes an Ethernet cable from the router in the house, he laid it down for the 50 feet or so to the back of the garden and fed this router from that one. It makes complete sense, and he has excellent dedicated Wi-Fi in his bar. And that's it. The 1925 Lounge is a fun space to be in. It's more than a bar, it's an expression of personality and hospitality. My favourite bit is probably the ceiling, a really clever idea. What did it cost? Well, Gav tells me that he's up to about £7,000 from the ground up. He did a great deal of the work himself and he was very smart about materials. So please stick around for the interview, and if you want to see more of these videos, hit like and subscribe and press the bell notification button, and that way you will not miss a thing. Alright, thanks for watching Silica Valley, and we'll see you in the interview. Gav,
Yep.
thanks so much indeed for letting me look at your bar.
Is
it weird having me walking around it?
No, not really. This is weird.
Yeah, agreed. Alright, well tell me why you built your own bar in the first place.
I've always wanted one, mainly for kids.
Yeah.
So they could come around with their friends.
Mm-hmm.
Never got round to it.
Mm-hmm.
Then young and loved it, and then basically talked Gaffer into it. And me babby, she's my sidekick, so she
Right.
convinced her.
Okay.
Thought I'd go ahead and then not look back.
So you've always wanted one,
Yeah.
and you've sort of finally got round to it. And we were talking before, and you said that you would encourage anybody else to think about it the same way, just go for it. Can you say a bit more about that?
Yeah, I sort of regret not doing it.
Do you?
Yeah, 10 years ago more.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if they're thinking about it, I won't think about it too long. I just crack
Yeah.
on.
Well, how long did it take to build? I mean, because you had a corrugated shed here before, didn't you?
Yeah.
And so you had to get rid of that, and you had to build this. Between starting to get rid of that and actually serving your first proper drink in a finished bar, how long did the project take?
About 6 months.
6 months.
Yeah.
How much of the work did you do yourself?
Probably 50%, I reckon.
50%.
Yeah.
Right. So you put your back into it basically.
Yeah, Joiner did all framing,
Yeah.
and then I put all corrugated on sides. I helped him with that bit, like
Yeah,
that. Internally, I did it all myself internally, apart from Sparky.
Apart from the Sparky, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I reckon 50%. I reckon.
Okay. And you kept the costs down, I think. When you mentioned before, it was about 7,000 you're in at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that doesn't sound like a lot for what you've achieved, frankly. How much of when you do the work yourself, how much difference has that made, do you think, to the cost?
A lot, because I was paying Joiner, he were roughly 100 a day.
Yeah.
But he did crack on though, he won't bother idle.
It is expensive though. If you buy tradesmen, you got to pay the money for them, haven't you?
Yeah, I thought he was cheap, me said.
So what's the most successful part of the bar, do you think? Now you look back on it, what are you most pleased with?
Well, I love ceiling.
Yeah.
Because I tend to stick my memories up there.
Mm-hmm.
Captain's on band there from when Wales scored against Sheffield United, winner.
Right.
And it's just little bits like with other stuff. You don't all see it, but it pops out and it takes me back to that day, like Wembley.
So having all your memorabilia around.
Yeah, and I keep finding more stuff and sticking it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stuff like I love to see it. Look, just sat there looking at it. Like I said, takes you back. And then just having people around really, because it's. I don't remember much day after.
No.
It's mainly with their photos. It takes me back to day before.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just create memories all the time.
There's something about the sort of heavy duty shelving, the wooden floors, the reclaimed wood on the walls. Were you going for a look, or did you just did it evolve around what you had available?
It were similar to Shakey's, my mates, and then I was sort of going down that road, and then like with shelving, I'd seen it was somebody's on one of groups that they'd made something, and I thought, oh, I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I just ordered bits, and my mate fetched me some more scaffolds, and off I went and made table, that, and then that one over there.
Right.
Contemplating building a bigger one actually now,
Oh, yeah.
for for people to put the pints on.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Maybe over there.
Yeah.
So that's it filed in me to do.
There's always a to-do list, isn't there?
Yeah, but yeah, there is.
Now, I was speaking to you. In fact, today you've had your air conditioning serviced, haven't you?
Yeah.
We've talked about that a little bit. Just tell everybody how important you think it was to have an air conditioner in here.
Oh, unbelievable. Because when I first had it done, I got little heaters. When I was working in it at night, it was cold, and I got heater, and it was crap. I think I had about 2 or 3, and I'd come down about 2 hours before I would come in, switch them on, and I'd still walk in, and I'd still be cold.
Yeah.
And then I read group, and somebody they recommended it, and looked into it, messaged this company, give me a quote, booked in, and it was, you could tell straight away, it was like 10 minutes, and job done, and you're sort of turning it down, and then and it's even minting summer, like that last summer we had, and it was absolutely baking.
Yeah.
It was too hot outside, and I'd have aircon in it, and it was lovely.
It was lovely, yeah.
I won't leave.
No, don't blame you.
I won't leave. It was like you walk out and heated it you outside.
Yeah, you when you were saying that before, you said it was like when you arrive at the airport to go on holiday.
Abroad.
Because you come out of the bar and it's baking hot.
Yeah, just getting up when you're up in airplane doors and you're going down the steps. And that eats you. It was like that.
Now you've got you can put a keg on in here, can't you, or cask in here?
Yeah.
How much maintenance is involved in that? Can you just talk us through it?
5-10 minutes. Bucket with like a solution in.
Yeah.
I mean, Chantry Brewery did it me. Told me what to do. Basically, measure it into the bucket, drop line in, pump it through.
What is it, like a sort of detergent that you pump?
Yeah, specialist detergent what they use, and just pump it through. Let it settle, a few minutes to whatever, and then a clean bucket of water, pump it through.
Right.
And
okay.
then you can taste if it's still in line, and then it's all ready. And then I don't always have kegs. It's mainly when there's a lot coming around.
Yeah.
Especially if there's a lot of stout drinkers.
So it was like 4 or 5 times a year kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe more this summer because I love it.
Yeah.
Especially when I've got a hog roast machine now as well.
You got a what machine?
Hog roast machine.
Oh, the hog roast machine. Yeah, you were telling me about that. Yeah.
That's good. Set that going.
Yeah.
And then pint of
hog
roast.
I'm coming round to Gav's in the summer.
Yeah. I do. It's I like it.
So you'd say that there wasn't much maintenance at all involved in having a cask?
I know some people have it all the time.
Yeah.
But I believe with that it only lasts about 7 to 10 days or something like that. So it's all right when there's a few round. You get through it, but I don't want to waste it.
It's like how many? There's like 43 pints in a
keg,
is there?
88, I believe.
88, is it?
Yeah. So
okay.
Say if I wasted 8 pints prepping, 80 pints, and then but I don't want it to go to waste. It's sort of you're pouring it away, and it's just daft, really.
And when people come round to the 1925 lounge, are they normally good about bringing some booze? Do you expect them to bring any booze? What? Just a brief summary of how that works in the 1925 lounge.
They tend to fetch the drink.
Yeah.
Some just give me money.
Yeah.
Towards it. If, for argument's sake, it's my birthday and I invite people, I don't expect them to fetch out. Yeah. But say if we're watching football, lads will fetch the drink round and then stick it in fridge and
so people are normally good with it.
Yeah.
So sort of last question, tell us a little bit about why you love making cocktails so much.
Oh, it's different, isn't it?
And just so you know, in this section I'm going to put that clip in that you sent to me And you're going to have to tell them about that thing there as well.
This.
Shall I bring the stuff round?
Oh, that.
So tell us about making cocktails, Gav. Why are you so keen on that?
Well, they're different, aren't they? And it's. Yeah. I mean, anybody can get a pint, and it's just nice.
Yeah.
You know, like different things. There's different people I follow with, where they do different combinations and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, that's good. So off a total again and buy ingredients. Because I've got a majority of stuff.
How many have you got memorised?
For me, I'm shocking.
I have to look them up every time.
Yeah, one really.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
That's the porn star.
That's the porn star martini.
Yeah, that's sort of quite easy. It's only because I've made loads on them, and then I like to get the fruit in it as well. You can't also get them from supermarket.
The half passion fruit.
Yeah, which is a total waste of time.
No, it's a complete waste of time.
It's just
you can't even eat them. Well, I mean, you can, but they're not very nice.
Yeah, it just looks part.
Yeah, it's
so I
part
think
of
if
the
bars
thing,
put it in, I'll put it in.
Yeah.
Try to, if I don't mojitos, I'll buy it mint from the supermarket. You know.
Yeah. Give it a smash before you put it in.
Just little bits.
I think people appreciate it when you take some care over their drinks.
Yeah,
don't they?
well, I mean, they do like them. I mean, our last sort of road, she come off. God knows how many porn stars she'd had. She was a rectangle, but she loved them. And I don't know, it's just different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like I say, you can crack a bottle up and easy.
Yeah,
Yeah. Put a bit of effort.
Well, there's theatre in a cocktail, isn't
Well,
it?
it is. It's like with that.
So go on, tell us about this amazing device you've got here.
I forgot what they call it now.
You're going to have to hold it about there.
It's a flavour blaster. Don't know when I saw it. It'll be off the internet when I saw it.
Oh, I'll find it. Don't worry. Flavour blaster, yeah.
Yeah, and I just did a bit of research on it. I mean, they are expensive, but that's mainly for your bars, etc. But I think this were about 200 quid. And
200 quid. Yeah. And this is the problem this solves is the dry ice problem. So if you want to make a cocktail with dry ice in it, or that's got that sort of effect in it, this is a solution to that problem without having to buy dry ice.
Yeah, it's just mint. I mean, I've made some.
Go on, show us.
Let's see if it works.
There you go. Look at that thing. Just hold it there. Wow. Look at that. Go on, do the finish. And you plonk that on a glass, don't you? Oh, look at that. So the film is like an edible sort of...
Yeah, you don't really taste it actually.
No.
But saying that, I don't really... When I'm there, I don't really drink the cocktails because I'm too busy making them.
Okay. That's very professional.
Yeah, honestly, it does get a bit chaotic at times with orders coming in and that, and it's like, and bar ends up a great mess. And but again, I don't mind because you invite them round to have a good time, don't you? So,
of course you do, yeah.
So I just tend to drink the bottles.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, it's ace that, and then people have a go at it as well. You see.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they like to have a play and that, and it's good when it works. When you get it and it works, and you don't think, but I've made all sorts. There's like a canister you can get. I'm actually going to buy one, but you pop it oven and then you lift it off and all the smoke comes out.
Oh right, okay.
There's loads of videos on it.
Well, I've been trying to solve the dry ice problem for a while because dry ice isn't a good solution for a home bar. You know, if you want to do that kind of a thing. Yeah. So when you showed me that video before I came here, I thought, how on earth is he doing that? And now I know. Yeah, it's the flavour blaster.
It's sort of, you think, but I've got it now, and hopefully it doesn't break or anything, and it should last me a long time.
Yeah, it should do. Yeah, you hope so.
200 quid's 200 quid.
200 quid, yeah, it's a lot of money.
But when you get them all lined up and then the pop them,
that's spectacular. That
it is. I can even put them on tops of bottles. It's easier on top of a bottle actually. It does sit better.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
So even if they're having a bottle, I'll pop it on top and pass it along and pop it. But
brilliant.
There's different flavours. I'm not plugging them by the way, but there's loads of different flavours and it's quite simple to charge up.
It looks simple. It looks simple. Maybe you just make it look easy.
It's even lead when you're charging it flashes.
Yeah.
Like little gadgets like that. I like my gadgets.
Yeah.
So
cool. Well, that's brilliant, and thanks so much for showing us your bar. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries.